not have cars on it. You'll be able to see the striping all the way through. One of the fountains in front of the Guarantee Savings building called Dancing Waters, which is done by a local artist, Stan Bitters, will be moved down here. The Falkenstein fountains that were vandalized a few years ago, the flames, will be down here. So, you know, we don't want to just wipe away the history of what Fresno did in the 60s. Even though it didn't work here or anywhere really in the country, we still think it was a really cool thing, and we actually put more art into ours and more design into ours than really anyone else did if you look at pictures of other old pedestrian malls. So we still want to be respectful of it. So although not everyone would agree putting a street into it is respectful, but in trying to get, again, the best of all possible worlds, to still show that design. There will be apps an app that you can download that you'll be able to hear the history of the mall and what was here. You'll be able to learn about all of the sculptures and fountains and things like that. So it does tie us back to our history. These are the new pedestrian lights. So there are a variety of heights, but they're designed to be lower than the tree canopy so that even when we do have a nice shady tree, by the time it's night, you know, the Cobra lights, those big lights will be blocking and the sidewalk would still be dark. So that's what's going on here. And then you can see the street tying back into Van Ness over here. In fact, it's half opened already, which is what we're looking forward to on this block when we can start taking down more fencing and have more free flow to the businesses. So you'll be able to come in off of Kern and turn onto Fulton, or turn off of Fulton and get onto Kern and Van Ness. So again, restoring that basic grid.
Yeah, but there will be no street here, but street there.
Yes. Yeah, so this becomes a T intersection here. That makes sense?
Benches and...
Yeah, there'll be benches and all of that. And we really want to activate this outfield entrance and exit so that more people are coming through here to get to the games to support the businesses, which is what the stadium's original intent was, to help revitalize. But we put the parking on the wrong side and the ticket window on the wrong side so that people can come to the stadium and go without ever coming downtown. The point really should be to force as much foot traffic through here as possible, to give more support to the businesses, which makes your downtown feel more vital, right? So now we know 1 in 14 people use the outside entrance, so we can track these things and see if we could get up to 7 out of 14 people use this entrance. That means that we have 1,500 people a day coming through here, and if you were to open a business here, that would be really important for you. So these are kind of some of the thoughts behind what we're trying to accomplish.
So will the meters extend the time for...
That's a good question. I don't think anyone really knows that parking management piece of it yet, but they're going to have to figure out a way to make that work more successfully. And the fact that they can be programmed and changed is good, because even if they guess wrong, they'll still be able to adjust going forward. So, and it'll be an interesting thing, because some of the businesses, if you have a restaurant there, you might not want to have longer parking in front. You can say those baseball people can park in the garage, but I still want my regular customers to be able to get to me. So you'll have those kind of tug of wars, you know, and the stadium as a catalytic project, I love the stadium, I love the team, I love the people who are running it. But really they have to fit into the revitalization. You know, they aren't the big dog, they're part of this thing. And so, like, we've been arguing for a while to not have them close 8th Street. And they say, well, it works really well for our customers because they can walk without having to look both ways and all. But it doesn't work well for downtown, because now if I wanted to get to Smart and Final, I can't get through there anymore, or Central Fish, or, you know, I can't get across anymore. So, you know, every business has a reason why they should get the closed street in front of them for themselves, but it doesn't work for everyone else around you. It's just like if you thought there was too much traffic on your street at where you live, which everyone thinks that's true and that cars drive too fast, so you got the city to close it off, it would just mean there would be now twice as many cars on the streets around you, right? So you solved your problem, but you pushed it on everyone else. So that's kind of how street closures, including a Fulton Mall, is that it pushes the traffic everywhere else. Some traffic we want, but some traffic we don't. So if you close 8th Street, it just confuses things. People can't get through, they don't have as good of an experience, and then they don't come back, and then they complain to everyone around it. So
Have you considered giving in on that?
I don't know yet, but I'm just going to keep pushing until that happens.
The Giants don't close
Right,
King
that
Street.
Was exactly my...
when they have a game.
Yeah.
And they get 60,000 as opposed to
Right.
6,000 if they're left.
Yeah, so it's a slight convenience for them and a huge inconvenience for the people trying to get in and around downtown. So
during the games and stuff, they're not going to close down any of it.
not unless there's a festival or something, which could happen, right? But we do have enough room to put bands or stuff out here. But say you wanted to do, you know, an event I started in Hanford is called Thursday Night Marketplace. I don't know if any of you have been to Hanford on a Thursday night during the summer. They get probably 2,500 to 3,000 up to 5,000 people every Thursday night, May through October. So we could do something like that here, and every Thursday night we could close this. It could be businesses and arts groups and farmers and all kinds of stuff and beer gardens. Then that would be worth closing, because again, you have enough people here to make the inconvenience not seem so bad, you know. I started one in Pleasanton in 1998. It's still going on. It's called, I can't remember, First Wednesday Street Party. And every Thursday morning there'd be a guy complaining, you know, you really messed up traffic around here. Everybody hates you and everyone hates this event, and the city should not let you do it anymore. And then I'd go, well, there were 15,000 people out on the street, so I get this one phone call of inconvenience, and I get 15,000 people having a great time in their downtown, and all the businesses are making a ton of money. So at some point you weigh these things out. But I would really like to do a Thursday night street closure with a street party here, and then maybe a Sunday morning farmers market on this block to support the public market we're trying to do in the Gottschalk's building. So again, people will complain about that. Some businesses will complain, but mostly if you're adding to foot traffic, most of the businesses will make a lot more money during those events. But that could also feed into the Thursday nights that what do they have? What's it called at the stadium? Thirsty Thursdays. Yeah, you could make this whole thing one big event. So possible. All right, we're almost to the end. Poor John.